best midfield player in the Premier League. There's been a lot of criticism of late for Man City's midfield, but that's certainly going backwards towards their own goal. See the assist there, he's always going to be top of that. That's the quality of the player. The interesting thing is, where's he actually going to play today? Down to left winger.
Played forward by Fernandinho for Gabriel Jesus. A cut back and De Bruyne. He made that look easy, and I promise you it wasn't. Kevin De Bruyne, who got the goal of the month for last month up at Newcastle, has put in a candidate here in December.
Well, I said he's the best midfield player in the country, and he shows it yet again. What a player he is, Kevin De Bruyne.
And Manchester City play their way through midfield and maybe further with De Bruyne. Sterling coming in from the opposite flank. Still De Bruyne looking for Sterling. Well, that's how dangerous it is, the high press. Manchester City picked their passes, unpicked any lock that Arsenal were trying to put on their football.
And this is a Raheem Sterling goal. How often do we see him in the right place at the right time to score into an empty net?
Very much one of their own, Phil Foden. De Bruyne hit them with his left foot as well. There you go. Perfect example. Two fabulous goals from Kevin De Bruyne.
He's going to use that player, Callum Chambers. Just stay there and I'll bend it round you. Head down. It just bobbles up as he hits it, so he catches it on the full. He's not sighted the goalkeeper. No chance of getting down there.
Well, it's almost a one-man show. That's Foden. Skipping through. De Bruyne! Oh, he touched onto the post by Leno. That's a fantastic save. And that would have been one of the great Premier League hat-tricks. This has been delightful, delicious. De Bruyne.
Well, he has been untouchable so far.
Bad noise at the leaving De Bruyne to it, but City can still get their main man on the ball. And he's found Sterling. Options here, Gabriel Jesus. So Everton as well, another of his former clubs. Sterling picking it up in the pocket there, and De Bruyne out to Mendy. Manchester City. So early was the opening.
I'm sure for a new manager this week.
And De Bruyne is the birthday boy, Zinchenko, 23 today. Well, they're 4 forward here. Sterling still going and missing. It matters not.
You've got it, Liverpool. You think there's no way forward.
Kevin De Bruyne involved in all 3 goals, scoring 2.
In the first 45 minutes here at the Emirates.
It's well played, Kevin. I don't think much doubt about who the man of the match was today. Absolutely brilliant from you, but do you think actually very good from the whole team today?
Yeah, I think so. I think besides the first 5 minutes, we had to settle in, but I think the first few chances we had, we scored out of them. Then after, I think the second half, the first 20 minutes was a little bit sloppy, but I think the last 25 was really good. We kept the ball, had a few extra chances where we could score that, but I think to come here and win 3-0 and keep a clean sheet is good for us.
Kevin, then talk us through that first strike, because there's been a number of ex-pros, since in the last hour and a half talking about it. Unbelievable technique. How did you do it?
Well, the ball came with a bounce, and I tried to keep composed and don't lean too much backwards, because I think the most difficulty with a ball is keep it as low as possible, and it was just low enough to put it under the bar.
And second one with your left foot, are you using, I think it's Callum Chambers, you sort of set it round him?
Yeah, I think the second goal and the shoot afterwards is a little bit similar, but I think because the keeper don't really sees the ball because it's that low, it just goes a little bit away. I think it gives him less reaction time with the second goal.
And you must have thought just before half time it was hat-trick time. And it would have been the first one since Genk, I think.
Yeah, it would have been a long time ago, but it's okay. It would have been nice, but in the end, to score 2 goals here and to come away with a good win after the struggles we had a little bit is really important. And some other teams lost points, so it's good to come back with a win.
Kevin, last question. That's something you sort of touched on already. Was today, at least in part, about a reaction after the derby?
Well, I think every time you lose a game, the only reaction you can show is try to win the next one. Obviously, if you lose 2 in a row, it's a little bit more difficult. But I think even this year we lost some points. Every time we lost points, we come back with a good reaction. So it means mentally we're all right. We know we've not been at our best this year, but we keep on fighting, trying to do what we do. The season is still long. We have still 2 cups, Champions League, so there's still a lot of games to play for us.
Well done, Phil. You ready for your duties?
Yeah.
Premier League man of the match, of course.
Well deserved, mate. Thank you very much.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.
Absolutely no debate about that today. 2 goals, his first brace for Manchester City, an assist as well. 3 chances created, the most in the game, and 7 passes into the box. Only 1 player had more than that. We've had a little reshuffled into a back 4. Jamie Carragher has joined us. How impressive, Bakary, was Kevin De Bruyne today?
Well, he's a genius. I think he made City win today. He made City games a lot easier even, because no matter he has the ball, no matter the choice he has to make, he always picks the right decision, the right player, and on top of it, he always respects the game. Whenever he has to play in one touch, he just plays in one touch, and whenever he has to keep it a bit longer, he does it. So.
We've seen him develop as a Premier League player. Did you see that quality with him straight away when you went to Manchester City?
Yeah, from the first training session I was impressed, because he's so clever. He always stays away from the defensive players, and he always picks the right position on the pitch, and it makes his life easier. His body position is always on the right way, and he always looks around before receiving the ball. And I think he's probably one of the best players I've played with.
You play with plenty of good players as well. Was he the difference, or was there more to it than that?
I mean, yes, he was the difference certainly early on. But you know, you're talking about him being one of the best in the business. He's the best in the world at him in terms of that position of offensive midfield player, really, in that inside right. I don't think there is anyone better. I look at him. I think he's one of those players. The way we're going to be speaking about David Silva probably between now and the end of the season, about not being one of City's best, one of the Premier League's best. You think of all the great foreign players at Bergkamp, Zola, Cantona, there's so many. We're going to speak about Silva like that. We're going to be speaking about De Bruyne whenever he leaves Man City, like that. He's a cut above, certainly in that position, anyone in the Premier League, and certainly in European football also.